Okay, so in case you haven't heard it, Representative George Santos of New York is in some hot water. Tomorrow, the Congress is going to vote on whether or not to expel him from the House. Of course, this is because of a lot of fraud charges that have been brought against him and his just unbelievable history of lies. Anyway, there's the question we're asking you. Do you think Congressman George Santos is going to be expelled tomorrow? This is our office pool follow-up question. Do you think any other representative or senator will be expelled from Congress this year? So I'm going to answer the first question myself. I'm going to say no. I don't think George Santos is going to get kicked out of the House tomorrow. Now, first off, not that many Republicans are really going to vote against him because Mike Johnson is going to vouch for him and say, hey, this guy's been a loyal Republican. He has voted the way we wanted him to. So why are we kicking him out? Why are we going to risk this seat when we got this guy here who does what we say? Now, that's going to take care of most of the Republicans. There'll still be some against him. Why? Because the guy does drag. I'm scratching my head here trying to figure out why everyone hates this George Santos. Now, the Democrats just hate him because he's a Republican. But why so many Republicans hate him? I'm sorry, but I'm thinking it's the drag thing. It is not the fact that he is a fraud and lies and that he's into some shady businesses. Because, I mean, look who their top guy is, Donald Trump. And you're going to tell me that that's what they have a problem with George Santos? No. So what George Santos ought to do tomorrow is come and drag. And that way, if he gets kicked out tomorrow, how's that going to look for the Democrats? If he shows up in drag tomorrow, which is what I think he ought to do if he wants to save himself. But if he doesn't, I don't care. I didn't vote for the guy. Anyway, moving on. Who else do I think might get kicked out this year? Well, there's a lot of prospects. You've got, what's his name? The guy who pulled the fire alarm and then lied about it and got on tape. They can prove that he basically tore down every warning sign, pulled this fire alarm, and, then, what he said after was a lie. Jamal Bowman, that's who I was thinking of. No, I don't think that's going to happen because the Democrats won't kick him out over that. Matt Gaetz was someone who I thought was going to get kicked out once they got a new speaker, but seeing how it's one of his buddies, Mike Johnson, they're going to keep him around even though he's a rabble-rouser in the Republican Party. I don't think anyone likes him. What's her name? Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're dreaming you think they're going to kick them out, the Republicans. Because you need a lot of Republicans to get rid of them. I'm sure every Democrat would vote against those two. But one person who I think might get kicked out is Thomas Macy. He's a Republican from Kentucky. There was a bill today where everyone was saying, hey, we're going to be against anti-Zionism because that's just another form of anti-Semitism. Basically, they're saying you can't criticize Israel. He was the one lone person who voted against that. And I think that's going to cost him because look at how many people voted in favor of that. Both parties. It was almost unanimous. He was the only person that who voted against it, and everyone else who wasn't in favor of it either they didn't show up or they showed up and they said, I'm here, like Rashid Tlaib. And because I don't think they can get rid of Rashid Tlaib or Ilhan Omar, they're going to go after Macy as the anti-Israel congressman just because he wouldn't vote for this stupid shit. So I think Macy, he's going to be gone. And that's all I got to say. That's my predictions. No on Santos, and Thomas Macy will be the next one to be expelled. What do you think? Put your answers in the comment section and vote in the poll.